wanders through the Lake District, bagging Wainwrights and outlying fells. With his trusty IPs, a cap, and rugged good looks, his name is Dave Ostel, the Mountain Man. He wanders through the Lake District, bagging Wainwrights and outlying fells. With his trusty IPs, a cap, and rugged good looks, his name is Dave Ostel, the Mountain Man.
Right, welcome back to another episode of Dave Ostel Mountain Man. What a bloody morning I've had. This was supposed to be the Mosedale Horseshoe, including pillar, red pike, steeple, all that kind of good stuff. But the road to Wasdale is shut, sadly. So, it's a glorious day. It's probably one of the hottest of the year so far. I thought, I'm not going to waste it. I'll continue down to Black Combe and I'll begin a second round of the outlying Wainwrights. Now, those of you that will remember 6 months ago or so, this is where we ended. Me and Dave Glenn Hewitt, along with a bunch of friends. So I thought, what better place to start than here? We'll do them in reverse this time. Looks like we're going to get decent weather and clear views on top, which we didn't get last time, so I've always been meaning to come back and do this one. So let's get across this road here, and first we're heading up White Combe, round onto Stoopdale Head, and we'll end on the grand piece of Black Combe. So, you get a better look at the fell we're going up now. This isn't an outlying Wainwright, it's a burkett of Whitehall Knot, which I enjoyed so much last time. I am going to revisit once more, but there is a good track of the fell direct to White Combe, the first outlying Wainwright, and then on to Stoopdale Head. But there's a faint trod to the left that'll take you directly up Whitehall Knot. Now, it's a brutally hot day. It's 8:45 just now. Oh, good lord, I think this jacket's going to be coming off already. But yeah, here it is, just a great track up the fell. Oh, wow, it is so brutally hot. Like I said, just 9 AM now. This is starting to feel like that day on the South Coniston fells last year. Oh, me and Dave nearly passed out. If it wasn't for Beacon Tarn, I think we would have. But it's sapping me. And this is looking over to the ridge that I mentioned last time, actually. I think there's a few humps and tumps classified fells along here, but nothing significant more than that, so I'm not in no rush to do those ones, but it does look like a quality ridge. Must be Millam just behind there. The old mate Kev Thompson's from Barra, just beyond these hills here. Have you ever done them, lad? Let us know in the comments if you have, and if you know the way up them, because yeah, be interested to know. Cheers. Oh, bloody hell. I don't think I can actually do this. It's so brutal. Oh my god. Sweat's dripping off us. I've done a mile, it's taken half an hour. a lot of ascent quick early on, but the good news about this walk is once you get up to sort of White Combe, that's the ascent done. You can just stay about the same level and you pick up an extra 2 or 3 outlying Wainwrights. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to sit down. Oh, I'm not the mountain man today. I'm a little wuss. Oh, God help us. Oh, so after walking all these years and keeping a record of my stats, I've kind of worked out that I do about 1,000 feet of ascent an hour on average, maybe slightly more. So I think that's a good barometer to plan your walks by. I'm in no means quick. I have a lot of breaks. I have done up here today, but to show you how steep that is and how quick it gets the job done, I've done 1,000 feet of ascent in 42 minutes there. So yeah, the initial short sharp shock of the Combe walk wakes you up, but yeah, it's starting to ease off now as we crest Whitehall Knot. We will be going up there and we'll see White Combe come into view. Now there is a path just up here to Whitehall Knot which I took last time, but if you carry on this path a little longer, there's a more favourable gradual run round the back, and it is worth an out and back to visit that, because I think it's got the best view on the entire walk, and I'll show you that in a minute. Because I think the amount of feet or meters you walk per hour is a better barometer than miles per hour or kilometers per hour when you're doing hill walking, because on a map it looks easy, you know, it's a straight line. Oh, there's 3 miles, no bother. What, 15 minutes a mile? I can do that in 45 minutes. Not when you're growing uphill, you can't. So yeah, keep a note of that. Have a check of what you do. I'll be interested to see how fast some of you guys are. No competition, I'm just I'm not fit, look at me, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm interested to see what's possible. But yeah, about 1,000 feet an hour is my walking speed. And here we are, just at the call between White Combe and Whitehall Knot, which is just over here. So yeah, just going to do a quick out and a back along here before we head up to White Combe, outlying Wainwright itself. But yeah, it's a much more comfortable effort sticking on the path rather than trying to go directly over it like me, Dave and Derek did last time. It's just at the end of the ridge here. Right, and here we are on the first hill of the day, the Burkett summit of Whitehall Knot. Now, this hill is fairly special to me. This hill convinced me to do the remaining Burketts that I've got. Andrew Foster kept being on at me, many others as well. And yeah, I'd done a few in the past, or quite a lot in the past, and I don't think I remember any, to be honest with you. But once I did this one, I remembered that, and I thought, wow, these might be all right. If you just stick to the Wainwrights, even the outline Wainwrights, you're not going to ever see a place like this. It's absolutely wonderful. Let me just show you what I mean by that. For starters, it's probably the most distinct point you can see from the road. So when you're driving past, you can point up to it and say, hey, I've been up there. But this view here, you could be mistaken for being in the central Lake District. It reminds me of just the hulk of Grasmoor with the big crevice hooked out of it, and Grasmoor being one of my favourite Wainwrights. yeah, I do love this place. This is looking over to Black Combe, and where we're going next is White Combe here, and I'll tell you more about why I'm so passionate about the outline Wainwrights when we get up there. I don't mind flinging a bit of tea today because it's bloody hot. I'm not going to be drinking all this. I've got another litre in my flask there as well. Like I say, I thought I was doing the Mosedale horseshoe today, but it might actually be a blessing in disguise that the road was closed and I couldn't get there, because walking 8, 9, 10 hours I think it took me last time in this heat. I think I'm definitely getting sunburned today, but it might have been a lot worse if I did the Mosedale horseshoe. But yeah, let's start the outline Wainwrights round 2. Right, so we're just leaving Whitehall Knot now. I'm just going to contour round here back to the call, where we'll start making our way up to White Combe. I think we're just below the 400 metre mark here. This will take us up to around 500, and I believe Black Combe is exactly 600, funnily enough. And I think we can see Stoopdale Head just poking out at the back over there. So 1, 2, 3 outline Wainwrights and a Burkett. Great little round. Right, that's us back onto the track now. Looking back over to Whitehall Knot, and we've got this steep but comfortable ascent up to White Combe now. It's a lovely little hill. It does have its own wind shelter. Quite magnificent one, to be fair. But yeah, once we're up at the top of this one, like I say, that's pretty much the ascent done for the day, and we can enjoy a ridge walk around the combe itself. Right, so what the outlying Wainwrights sold me on was the fact that they're quite forgiving hills, and they learned me that mountains can be forgiving. I mean, you do learn to walk off piste and use your own initiative to find a way up the fells, but like I say, the majority of the outline Wainwrights are below 600, well below 400 most of them, and that means most of them are largely grassy banks like this, and you can go wherever you want. I'm on the path here, but I'm just going to cut up here at some point and get the ascent done. It's all right going off piste. You do you, you know, and they do learn you a bit more about mountain walking than your regular 214 Wainwrights. Right, here we are on the first outline Wainwright of round 2, White Combe. There's a bit of a cairn over here. I don't think the wind shelters the actual high point, but you're just nitpicking if you're bothered about that. But here it is, the little cairn. Next we're going up to Stoopdale Head, which is at the top of this mound here. There isn't much of a feature on the top before we swing round the ridge here up to 600 metres of Black Combe itself. So I think we are just under 500 metres at this point, but it's a lovely hill. I mean, this wind shelter is magnificent. It's one of the best that I've seen. It's as good as the one on Black Combe, if not better. Anyway, this is looking down to the estuary in South Cumbria here, and the Duddon Bridge. And there's a lot of the outline Wainwrights, a lot in this area here, especially the Dunnerdale area with Core, Stickle Pike. That's one of the best walks in the lakes, and if you don't do these outline Wainwrights or even attempt them, you're never gonna go there. So yeah, highly recommend it, even if it is just for this walk and the Dunnerdale area, because it'll blow your mind. So it was at this point last time that we did hit the clag line. So from here I've never seen the views, but like I say, last time we were here in November, it wasn't about the views. It was about a walk and a joining together of friendship. And that's something that I can't live without now. Doing this YouTube work for the last 4 years now, I've met some wonderful people, and 95% of them came on that walk with me, and I really appreciate it. I'll put a picture up now of us on the summit because I cherish this picture. This picture I'll hang on my living room wall till the day I go, you know. It's just it's so touching that a lot of people decided, you know what, I respect you enough, Dave Austell Mountain Man, to come and join you on your final outline Wainwright walk. And like I say, I didn't know any of those people 4 years ago, and yeah, that's just an advocate for getting out there, make your own videos, build your own little network of crew, and it'll build, you know, and you'll feel better about yourself. And yeah, I've said before, nobody watches the outline Wainwright videos. It did hurt my channel quite a lot doing them, but I wouldn't change it for the world. You know what, it's given me some experiences that not many people have, and yeah, broaden your horizons, I say. Try them, you know, they're really beautiful fells, and yeah, make your own group of friends. Cheers. Right, that's us all refreshed, and we're going to be starting to head up towards the gradual ascent once again to Stoopdale Head and Stoopdale Crags. You might be wondering, yeah, Dave, you're doing this the same way you did last time, and yeah, I mean, what I'll say to that is, I think this is the best way to do these 3 fells. I've had a look at other routes, and there isn't a better way to do a circle of the 3, really. So if it isn't broken, don't even try and fix it. You know, I've tried to create my own routes up Wainwrights and things like that, but at the end of the day, people a lot smarter and wiser and sharper than me created these routes probably long before I was born, and yeah, they are the best ways already established. So yeah, anyway, here's Stoopdale Crags. We're just going to contour up this bank now to the summit of our second outlying Wainwright of the day. So it's a bit of a trudge over to Stoopdale Head. That's looking back over to the cairn on White Combe there. Black Combe's ever getting so closer, and this is what often happens when you get to the top of an outlying Wainwright. The summit isn't always entirely clear, however there's a tiny little cairn in the distance there. I couldn't remember if this one had one or not. I thought I was going to have to build one, but I can't find many stones in this area to build it up. But yeah, just over here. And here we are on the second outlying Wainwright of Stoopdale Head. Wonderful. And this is what we missed last time we were up here, because we were in entire clag at this point. So we can see over to more outlying Wainwrights here in Kinmont, Buckbarrow and Buckbarrow. Behind that is Burnmore, and we can just see Whit Fell, which is one of the most spectacular outlying Wainwright, before we swing right back into the Lake District and the Southern Fells over here. So yeah, wonderful. Where are we going next? Well, dead easy, just a gradual climb up to the top, highest point of the day, 600 meters of Black Combe. But yeah, someone's done a good job building a cairn. If I'm not mistaken, these rocks are white. I reckon someone's probably carried them all the way from White Combe, because there's absolutely no rocks up here to build yarn with. So whoever did that, we all appreciate it. Thank you. Not sure if it's the high point or not. There's a a mound over there that looks a little higher, but the main thing is someone's made the effort, and that's all it needs really. You're up here, you're only just starting to nitpick if you're trying to get the high point to the right centimetre, you know. This is the summit of Stoopdale Head, and until someone moves the rocks, forever will be for me. That's it, so we're just working our way around. Nice and gradual ascent up to Black Combe here, but just for more information on where we are, the other side of these fells here that I've just mentioned is the Water and the Burke Fell Road, which a lot of people do use as a shortcut up to Wasdale if you're coming from the south. Down over to the West Cumbrian coast here, and we can see Sellafield just hazy in the background there. So here we are, just right at the head of the gill between Stoopdale Head and Black Combe. We can see over to White Combe. We can see Whitehall Knot just poking out at the end there. I'm very surprised, I've seen absolutely nobody, and if you like that, that's what the outline Wainwrights will always give you, barring maybe Latterbarrow and Gummers How. What else is there? Orrest Head and Carron Crag. They're the four you'll almost certainly find other people on, but the rest of the 112, nah, you ain't gonna find anybody. So yeah, get used to your own company or phone a friend. So we're just approaching the summit here of Black Combe. That's looking back at Stoopdale Head, White Combe. It's very lovely, it's a nice path, and it's very gradual. You don't really get overly tired, just plodding your way slowly up the fell. Can't really recommend it enough. And incidentally, the Wainwright Summit Challenge that I mentioned on the Cold Pike and Pike of Blisco video went ahead, and we did manage to collect 122 of the 214 Wainwright summits during the Easter week. I'll put a picture up now, you can see everybody. Yeah, it was a great effort. A couple of popular fells were missed out. Surprisingly, Grassmoor, Place Fell, which I thought a lot of people would go up, and St Sunday Crag, nobody managed to summit them who took part. So the MVP of the week was definitely Narcissa Morton. I don't know if I probably butchered your name there. I think all the way from down south. I think she contributed about a good 15 fells probably, no, 10 to 15 fells I think. So yeah, appreciate your efforts there and helped us a long way. So well done to everybody who took part. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. Right, here we are on the outlying Wainwright summit of Black Combe. The difference this time is we've got views. They're not that great, to be honest with you. I don't think we missed much really when it was all in clag. It's quite a broad top. We'll head down to the south summit. I think that's got the best view, which is a Burkett. But yeah, I think the best view from the actual summit is just down to the West Cumbrian coast here and back into the southern fells. So aye, wonderful. Surprised nobody's up here on a day like today, but like I say, it's a Tuesday on a weekday, so my week off, so all fell to myself. You are much better off once you hit the summit of Black Combe to walk over to one of the edges. This one here, I've never seen a better view of the West Cumbrian coast, and can you see all the little wind turbines in there? Very ghostly. You can often see Isle of Man from here, but it's a bit too hazy today. Looks like a well-worn track down there, so I think that's probably the most popular route up this fell. But we'll nip over here to the south summit. There is a bit of a drop and a back up to do, so it is quite distinct, although yeah, could be a great wild camping spot because we do have available water up here. Right, and here we are on the south summit, much more rocky than its larger main summit, but got numerous cairns here, along with this big bugger over here marking the way. But what a view! Yeah, this is definitely the better view of on Black Combe, right down into the southern estuary there. Look at that, that is impressive. We didn't see this last time. We went up there to the summit, but yeah, couldn't see 5 feet in front of us to notice this was here. Wonderful. Oh yes, that may be one of the top 5 cairns, you know, I've ever seen. Yeah, wonderful views to the south there. You can see Walney Island, which is tidal, I believe. You can only get across at certain times of the day. Right, so just had a little 20-minute nap there on the south summit, and we're heading east over to the side of the main summit of Black Combe here. We can see down onto these wonderful crags. Now I did contemplate taking the easy path down just by Stoopdale Head over there, but that does look like a long way away. So I know this path isn't that great down here, but it's going to save best part of 1.5 mile detour. So yeah, if you just head towards this rocky outcrop that you can see, we've just flung ourselves literally straight down there. It's fine, there's not much in terms of path, but it's manageable. And by these rocks here that you will see, the path does start becoming more well worn. Okay, so now I've done this path twice in horrible and beautiful conditions. I can say it is still very sketchy, it's very steep, slippy. My advice would be to take the more gradual path down over by Stoopdale Head. Right, so that's just more or less back down into the valley now, and I thought I'd better wrap up my video from here. Yeah, that isn't a pleasant way down. But anyway, this has been Black Combe, the beginning of a new set of outlying Wainwrights. And the reason I'm doing a new set is I don't think there's many people that will have done 2 rounds, so I'm just setting myself a little goal just so I can differentiate myself between everybody else. That's all it's about, setting yourself little targets and meeting them. Don't worry, I'm not going to do outlying Wainwright videos back to back to back. There will be Wainwrights more often than not, but this is just a little fresh start for me on a lovely fell, Black Combe. Highly recommend it. It's a walk for anybody. But I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you back out on the fells very, very soon. Peace.